My goodness, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? Oh, let's get some music going. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all for being patient with me. I had to push back the live from 7:40 to 8:15, but we are here. We's are here. We's here. We're here. What's happening, Saint? Hi, Saint. What's going on? My mod. Shout out to you, Saint. Saint, you're awesome, honey. Just want to tell you that. I appreciate it. Sometimes we, as content creators, man, we don't always tell our people, our supporters, our members, our mods, thank you. When you guys are especially out having my back and defending me. You have no idea how meaningful that is to me. And of course, being a mod, you all, it's not something that, you know, I know here it's not something easy to do. I'm a mod. But it's something you volunteer your time and service because you believe in the content creator, you believe in that platform. I consider myself to be an independent journalist, and I try to have as much integrity as I can, as humanly possible, and do the right thing. And if I make a mistake, my bad. I apologize for it, but mistakes happen. But it just rings a whole new bell to see people out defending you and supporting you and having your back, even when you're not around. And it's a blessing. It really is. It's a blessing. It warms my heart. So I just say thank you to all of my mods and shout out to you, Saint, because you do. Hold it down. You can deal Laura, you know, um, Skeeter, Sherry, all of you guys be out having my back. And I appreciate it. So shout out to my mods. Francisca, what's going on? London Chef, your bro from UK. Okay. Yo, we got so many people from the UK coming in here. Come on in the Lady Luck Club. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to brush up on my British accent, yeah. I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And I typically do it when I'm making fun of Candace because her husband has the cutest little accent ever. But it seems like that's all she understands because she doesn't listen to anyone else. So Candace, can we not do this today, dear? Can we calm down? Is it no? Is it a no? Okay. How am I doing? Francisca told me somebody told Francisca don't get my hopes up. Francisca, is it that bad? Oh man, I appreciate you. Hey, Bedard Green, how you doing? Y'all, listen, we got a new nickname, the Clubbers. So we're gonna be the Clubbers. I think Jay Witt had a good one. Shout out to Jay Witt podcast and Raji. We had a fantastic panel yesterday, where Jay Witt hosted a panel about the interview with the Danza Project and Umar, because Umar is still a rodent. So fantastic panel, had a good time. And I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. It was awesome. So I'm not gonna be too long. I did get the chance to look up some videos. Shout out to Truth Using Logic, told me to check out some content on YouTube regarding this fire at FDMG. And I did, and a few videos came up. So I want to talk about it because I think it's something else to have 4 rooms damaged with fire damage. And then somehow Umar thinks that he's going to get a certificate of occupancy. But yet, it's, you can see how rare it comes up, right? And this is going back 5 years ago, people. So who knows what those 4 rooms are? If they've actually been improved. I haven't seen any photos. Umar refuses to go through the entire school building. And to the people who've been in there, do you know what these 4 rooms are? Because wouldn't it be obvious if it was some fire damage? Like, what are those 4 rooms? Are they 2 classrooms, and 2 bathrooms? What are these 4 rooms here? And so I have been looking for the fire report, and I still need to email Lennon. Shout out to Lennon. um, to see if he has anything with some information regarding a fire report of some sort. But you guys saw the permit. I mean, this is for the 610 building. It was basically like it was a generic fire report generated and no other information in it. And I showed all the permits for the schools yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I had a video I did, and I showed all of the I can tell you exactly what day. Well, I showed all of the fire permits. So you guys can always look that up. It was yesterday. So a whole hour going over the permits. Not one thorough fire report though. It's crazy how that works, huh? It's crazy. So we're gonna get started. I know there are a couple other people that are live, and I don't want to take up too much of you all's time. Plus, Mama still has a regular job. I have to work in the morning. So we're gonna get to it. Just want to get some more comments in. Thank you all for tuning in. Francisca's here with us. We have people across the water in London chef, Francisca. They're gonna help me with my British accent. Everybody speak to everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Americans doing a British accent. It's truly tragic. Oh, come on, London. Yeah, give me a little rope here. Give me a little rope here. I'm a Luckster. A Luckster. That's a good one too. So we have Clubber and Luxes. Maybe I'll do a poll. Do a poll. Do a poll on the post. Yeah, I don't know why I can't like type a poll here in StreamYard, but I'll do a post and ask you guys what's a good nickname for all of the supporters and members, the mods, everybody in the Lady Luck Club, Clubbers or Lucksters. You guys get to vote that in. That'll be awesome. Bernard Green says, "What's up?" Umar still scarping shit stains in it toilet. Nah, calling sick. I know, right? The truth be told, I was sick today. I woke up earlier today and I was like just was not in physically in the best of moods. So yeah, so unfortunately I did today, and the kids out for the for the week from school. I guess it's their fall break or something. But since the kids are out of school tomorrow, I'll be working from home, but still got to work nonetheless, y'all. Still got to do it. But shout out to all of you all. There's a $25 goal. We have, you guys know, the lighting that I had broke. The pole broke. So I'm trying to get just 2 lights. I did a post on the lights that I found in Amazon. It's in a wish list as well. I think they're like $33 for one. I need 2, and that's it. And once we get that, and then I'll be able to get back on camera, so you guys can see where your contribution dollars are going towards the expenses of the channel. We have StreamYard, we have the Xfinity bill. I did get a $41 was a $43 Pacer bill, because these court documents, I told you, some of them are just not free, especially if they're federal documents. They're not always free online. So I have a Pacer account because I want to get you guys great content. And part of my due diligence and doing research, you have to pay for a little information. And mine is with these court documents, so I had to pay that. So there are some expenses related to the channel, right? It's the only reason why I have that goal. Sometimes we meet it, sometimes we don't, and it's okay. But either way, hitting that like button is free. Subscribing to the Lady Luck Club is free. And making sure you guys engage in the chat and sharing the content. Those things are free to do, and it does help the channel. So I appreciate that nevertheless. Shout out to Malik, Brother Malik. How you doing? Good, sir. How you doing? Were you on Rim Rum? Wasn't that yesterday? I missed. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Rim Rum. Shout out to Brother Malik, you all. He also became a member. We got some members. Mind Chaos Brew is a new member. Brother Malik is a new member. So shout out to the new members in the LLC. Thank you. Aw. And you guys make sure shout out to Rimrum TV. If I can get one of the mods to drop his YouTube channel link, check out Brother Malik on Rimrum as well. And I think they're you guys still trying to set up something with Lennon Honor. I believe Brother Malik is still trying to set up something with Lennon Honor, but that would be awesome. Of course. And so Brother Malik was here in the LLC earlier this week. You guys make sure you check out the video. And as always, you're welcome here in the Lady Luck Club because he drops the receipts. Yeah, he drops the info and the knowledge that we all need. So let's get through this and then we're gonna get started. You heard it doing great content. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Boston man, grace and peace. How you doing? All right, y'all. Y'all ready? We have some videos that I want to check out. And if you guys want me to go back over the permit, we can. But these are the videos that I was recommended to check out on Make a Change YouTube channel. And I'm going to drop the links to the videos in the chat. They will also be in the description of the video as well. Shout out to you, Truth Using Logic. Thank you so much for the email. At least your expenses are going to the channel and not airline flights and hotel rooms. Oh yeah, no, it goes it goes to the channel, y'all. And I'm the type of person where, you know, if need be, I'll show a receipt too. Like, hey, or you know, I mean, supporters have purchased the items and then allowed it to be shipped here, you know, to me. So, I mean, I'm not. Umar goes around talking about, oh, I don't want the services. I just need the money. No, if you want to just order the items, that works for me as well. I mean, Amazon gift cards work. If I need lighting, I need lighting. However it comes, I don't care. Because if you're trying to take advantage of people, then you're going to sit here and hop on just getting a bunch of money. But, you know, that's what makes Umar the con artist and the scammer that he is. But if you truly just want the school open, Umar, you clown, you know, then you would take all the services that are available to you. As you know, he's lying like hell and he don't want these schools open. Plus, you know, it would probably reveal more about those 4 rooms that had all that fire damage. Umar, you're the worst. So let's get to it, y'all. Thank you, Saint. That is the YouTube channel link for Rimrum. You guys make sure you check him out. Malik said he was on Rimrum. Send me the Amazon info. I'll pay for one of your lights, sis. I sure will. As a matter of fact, it is a post up on my channel. And I will forward that post over. And it's the wish list on there and everything. So I appreciate that. If I can, I will forward that over. Is this gonna take me to it? Yeah, it is take me to the post. So let me drop the link to that post. And as always, I appreciate it. The lighting is important because it's dark. If y'all have seen that when I had on Brother Malik, I cut on the camera and I was like, oh man, I forgot how dark it is. So I appreciate that. So there's the link to the post in the chat. And I either way, as long as we get the lighting, we're upgrading the $400 studio. Working on next a new bigger desk, mobile desk that I have. I have a mobile desk, you can roll around with it. But I have a mobile desk that I use for making my content. And I need a bigger one, of course, to add on the 2 lighting and a keyboard, just some additional equipment to make it easier. So we're working on those things a little at a time. All right. That's all I can do. But yeah, of course, we use it for the right thing. And as always, the receipts will be posted so that you guys can see your contributions at work. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Brother Malik. What's going on, Black Anonymous? How you doing? Hey, everybody. Hey, Anita. Good to see all of you all. Donations. I know, right? Oh, Umar. He makes every person on social media just look bad. And it makes others not want to ask because of people like him. You know, man. But I appreciate it. And I'm definitely going to post up the receipt as well. as I've done before. I always post the receipts up, y'all. Rivka, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all ready? We have Make a Change. There's a couple videos that he did. And then Anti-Afro Sfingalis and RBG TV. So we have about 4 videos that's going to talk about these permits and this fire damage. Umar's probably going to lie about it, but this is from 5 years ago, people. 5 years ago. So put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear. Let's get to it.
When I made the following video a few weeks ago, I told you that when Umar Johnson said renovations and restoration has begun.
Peace and black power. Peace and black power. Peace and black power. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Y'all hit the like button
King
for me.
Kong Consciousness. International Ifa Tunde. Most requested black scholar in the world, 10 years and counting. I am live at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Today we begin the renovations and the restoration. I gotta call Desmond too to come check this out.
That was not true because based on the information I got from the city, a permit was pulled to clean up fire damage. I told you I would make an updated video once I got a copy of the permit. Well, I have a copy of the permit. However, we will come back to this later on in the video. Because first we need to go over some interesting facts about this fire. Umar Johnson made this Facebook post on July 12th, stating that there was an arson attempt at FDMG. Then he quickly removed the post. He made it seem like this fire had just occurred. However, this fire actually occurred 2 weeks earlier. And how do I know this? Wicked Intent Semi actually went to the property in Delaware. And while he was there, he spoke with some firefighters. He also spoke with the person that Umar has watching the property. I will put a link to his channel in the description. I want you to listen to what the firefighters said.
Had to. So you said what? June what? June 27th?
Saturday. Last Saturday, I went for election.
All right.
You heard what they said. The fire occurred the last Saturday in June. So that would be June 27th. Umar made the post about the fire on July 12th. This would also explain why when people called the city about the fire, they were being told that there was no fire because they were looking for a recent fire. I believe Umar Johnson only discovered that there was a fire at the property around July 11th or July 12th. And here's why I say this. Umar Johnson went live on July 11th. In the video, he mentioned nothing about a fire, and look at his demeanor in the video.
Still pushing.
Francisca, it's ironic that you just said that comment. He looks like something is bothering him. Yeah, like he's hiding something. You know, we all know that Umar is a pathological liar, but this is what lying renders you here. You have something like this so serious to occur, and he carries on like nothing happened. And then he goes, what, 2-3 weeks without saying anything about it? And he wants people to donate to these schools. And he doesn't even want to say anything about a fire that damaged 4 rooms, by the way, to where a vendor had to come in, according to the permit, and actually do some internal cleaning on 4 rooms with fire damage. That's how bad it was. That's not a little fire. I mean, think about it. You're talking about construction coming in to do some internal cleaning on 4 rooms that have fire damage. You can't make this up. I remember that fake fire in the fireman chat. Oh, Umar didn't even know fraud. And you haven't seen anything, no photos, no nothing. There's a permit in the system from the city of Wilmington that I'm gonna pull up again. I'm gonna pull that up. And all it is just a fire report, fire marshals with no thorough information. It's so weird to me. Like, there is no way, let me say this. It would be horrible if the city of Wilmington's fire department allowed this clown to lie about fire damage being done in the rooms, or the fire is not as extensive as he said it is, just to use that excuse to say, well, we can't open the schools because now we've had all this fire damage. Because that's the only reason why I could think of why Umar would have the fire department come out. They have a permit in the system with the city that they had to do, some internal cleanup to 4 rooms related to a fire. And then you see a separate, like a fire report entered in the system for the permit. But then he says nothing about it. And it's like, what other reason could he possibly have to generate, like, to allow, knowing that stuff is going to be in the system? We're going to look it up. We're going to read it if nothing else. But you mean to tell me you're not going to talk about it unless you're using it as a reason to say you can't open the school? Because otherwise it doesn't even make sense. What's it? Brother Malik said it was said Umar knew who did it and didn't say anything because he got no money from it. Fraud. So he was trying to use it as a claim. I think he was out of town or out of the country and when the fire happened. Rivka, shout out Rivka. How you doing? You know I'm a beautiful Ethiopian black queen, my brother. My name is Rivka, which means Rebecca. Oh, okay. Wait, y'all flirting with each other? Truth User Logic said the picture that Umar posted is not even related to FDMG. Wow. I'll check your email. Okay, I will. I'm gonna go back to the video and then I'll check my email. All right, y'all, let's get back to it. Hit the like button for me.
We doing what we got to do. Final architect walkthrough. Final architect walkthrough. Sunday, July 11th. Building plans will be done by the end of the month.
I will put a link to the complete video in the description. Then on July 12th, he went live again and his demeanor completely changed. And listen to what he said.
Thank you, Black Anonymous. I got it. Wait, what? What's he doing?
Who keep busting glass?
Who's talking?
Peace and Black Power family, King Kong consciousness.
I know he's not listening to like a amplified, recording of himself. Because that sounds like him in the background. What is going on?
In direct FDMG Delaware.
Yeah, he listened to
the saga
himself.
Continues, brothers and sisters. The saga continues. We pushing forward.
I know what. I don't know.
Couple roadblocks, but Orisha Ogun will help us push through them. Couple roadblocks.
Who go push
Couple
him?
haters.
What?
Couple anti-Umar schemes in action.
Umar, you are not God. You thunkhead of a turd from hell. You're not God. There are going to be points in your life where people just won't like you. You're going to have to learn how to grow up and get over it. If you can. I mean, between you stuffing your face with little Debbie snack cakes. Get over it. You're 51 years old, Umar. And you sound like you're 12. Oh, boo-hoo. People don't like you. So what? What does that have to do with the fire?
I can't share everything with y'all for obvious reasons.
Oh, my good Lord.
But,
so many imaginary haters.
definitely getting some opposition on the ghetto level and the government level.
You're an idiot,
on
Umar.
The ghetto level and the government level. There's some people who don't want this to succeed on the ghetto level and on the government level.
Y'all know he could have just left the city of Wilmington at any time and went anywhere else. He has so many people in the beginning willing to support him to help him get a new school. He had the opportunity to have land with a whole new school built, and he chose not to go that route because he knew he would be held accountable and responsible for actually building a school. These are things that are out there on the internet. He had an offer to be given land to build a school. He has had offers from contractors and vendors to give him free service. Jamar tried to help him on an entire podcast. And he mocked that man's uncle, I think, for having a school. Umar, you're a clown.
And I'm not talking about the YouTubians only. I'm not talking about the YouTubians only. There's
You can't make this stuff up.
Who don't want this to succeed. But we're going to push. We are going to push. We must push.
Ain't that the CB?
Nothing successful is ever accomplished without opposition. We must push.
Then later that day, he made the following Facebook post.
Look at that Facebook
In the video
post.
where I talked about why I believe this property has no insurance.
Hold on.
In the video where I talked
about
folks
I'm gonna have to pause
who
that.
don't want this to succeed. But we're going to push. We are going to push. We must push. Nothing successful is ever accomplished without opposition. We must push.
So why complain
Then
about
later that day, he made.
Okay, so look at this. Frederick Douglass building arson attempt. According to, let me take this down so y'all can read this. According to the fire department, someone broke into the school and set a fire in the central teachers lounge, destroying 2 full rooms. Thankfully, the fire department was able to contain the sabotage attempt before it spread throughout the building. Thank God less than 25% of the building was damaged. Okay, but the permit had 4 rooms. So he's saying 2 full rooms. Why can't you just get the number of rooms right, Umar? You clown. Less than 25% of the building, that's 1/4. Does he understand what 25% is? That means 1/4 of the building at the most would have been damaged, right? He's saying less than 25%. What kind of percentage is that? So 4 rooms is 25% of the building? How does this math go in his head? Yeah, he wants to teach kids math. He's so full of shit. All right. This was done after it was announced that the architectural drawings were nearly complete and restoration was to begin soon. We now have to divert funds from the Garvey building to repair fire and water damage. Also, full-time security, both electronic and human. Are there any human security at the buildings? Was there ever human securities at the buildings? Umar, do you realize you would have to have some sort of invoice for, security services? That's a contractor, you idiot. So where's the receipt on that vendor for security on any level? Are we talking about armed security here? What type of security are we speaking on? Thunkheads and other drug addicts in the hood doesn't count. You can't make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. So he wanted full-time security, both electronic and human, because robots just won't do. Will be financed from donations to prevent such from happening. Yeah, it literally says that. To prevent such from happening again. There are people who don't want our school to open. When he's been offered free service, free labor from vendors and contractors from a myriad of skills and trades, from plumbing to electrical work to HVAC, that wanted to do work on the school building, and he ignored those people. Umar, you are full of shit. And some of it landed in that toilet that you were forced to clean out. You
the
can't
following
make this
Facebook
up.
post. In the video where I talked about why I believe this property has no insurance, I told you I don't believe Umar had anything to do with this fire. This is the result of having a property in a high crime area, a property that has a history of being vandalized, a property that is sitting vacant with no sign that anyone is overseeing the property. You see, the problem with Umar is that he lies. He's dishonest. He's an opportunist.
Last call.
So instead of him just telling the truth and saying there was a fire, he turned this into an opportunity to get donations. So he added in the arson attempt and him needing to deviate funds. The arson attempt was a lie. This is why he quickly deleted the post once people started to make calls to the city asking about the fire. Now this brings us to the video where he claims the renovation has begun.
So yeah, we here. We doing some cleaning out. Y'all see the trucks right there? We getting work done, baby. FDMG, we ain't playing with y'all. We not playing with y'all. The games is over with.
Once again, this is him being dishonest and being an opportunist, because he's telling you renovations has begun in an attempt to get donations when he knows the real reason those people were there. That video was uploaded on August 3rd. We have seen him at the property since, and no work is being done. Also, if renovation has started, that would mean he found the people to do the work, right? So why in this video that was uploaded on September 13th, he's talking to random people that pull up in the street about estimates and about calling your friends down?
Whoa!
Because he's a liar.
Talk to me. We got somebody.
What?
How we doing, beloved? Come on over. Come on over. Come talk to your brother.
How often do you all hear grown men refer to other grown men as beloved? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a grown-ass man and you call another grown man beloved. Put a 2 in the chat if you say, Lady Luck Club, you know damn well real men don't call other men beloved. 1 in the chat if you do. 2 in the chat if you're saying, Lady Luck Club, why are you asking us that dumbass question? What grown man calls another man beloved? This is the same walking turd that wants to cuddle with little boys by the fireside while they're wearing their little business suits. He just called another grown man beloved. You can't make this up. Dear God. You can't make this up. Umar, you're calling another grown man beloved and you want to talk about a beta male? You punk ass. Okay.
It's all about family. We all family out here. It's all family first out here. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. We making history.
Oh, please.
How's it going, brother?
Happy to see you, man.
Always.
Happy to see you.
Always,
Oh my
brother.
God,
We're trying
this
to
is
get
so
the buildings
weird.
fixed up.
I
I was out here all day today, you know, meeting with different electricians and plumbers and HVAC. We're going to start with the baby school. That's the Marcus Garvey building.
Okay.
And the small gym right there with it. Because, you know, we need the gym for the cafeteria, the gym. You know, so we're going to work on the small school first.
I'm a carpenter out here.
You a carpenter?
Yeah, I'm a carpenter. I mean, you're a carpenter. I'm born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. I've been here.
So let me ask you this. So you could do the carpentry work.
Yeah, I can do carpentry.
What?
You want to walk through there right now?
I like that.
Let's do it. See, brother, this is what we talking
You
about.
can't
We
make
getting
this
work
up.
done. I'm on my Instagram live. You want to say something to the people real quick?
How you doing, people? Kyrie.
Indeed, we got a carpenter
What's his
that
name?
rolled up on me. I needed a carpenter, and one just rolled up. See what we doing? It's about getting that work done. We working out here.
Now you let him in that building, boarded up with all that black mold. This is with no verification of his certification, a license, no permit, no nothing. He has no insurance on these buildings. And people just walking in saying, hey, I do carpentry. Now, I don't doubt that this young man probably could do some carpentry. The question is, are you licensed and certified? Are you at least certified? How did he verify that? He just said, you want to come in? He didn't say, hey, you have any certification you can show me? Why don't we schedule some time to sit down and do this the right way? Umar doesn't even have the ability to conduct himself as a businessman. And yet he goes on the Danza Project and sits here and talks about how no one knows how to handle business because they haven't built a school. And he doesn't even know that to be the truth. Umar, you stupid clown. I've done a video analysis comparing FDMG to I Promise schools built by LeBron James. And he's an NBA player. And you claim to be some scholar that can just build schools and institutions. Nope, you got NBA players that are besting you at your own game, you stupid idiot.
100 years of the red, black, and green flag. We out here working. We out working, y'all. That's what we doing today. We out working, y'all.
You can't make this up.
You pulled up just in time, brother. I was about to leave.
Out of nowhere.
I had an HVAC guy coming, and he just texted me and canceled. Said he got to reschedule.
Who's that guy?
You want to make a call, see if you want to ride around real quick? Yeah, eat both of them. Let them know we here. See if they want to come. 611 East 17th.
God, this is something else.
I got these. Hit them up. Let's see if we can get them brothers up in here. Get some estimates. You know what I mean? Because I'm ready to do the work, brother.
How you gonna pay them?
We got a couple coins left over. I'm waiting.
Couple coins.
People donate.
How much? Wait, he just said I'm hoping that the people donate. I got a couple coins left over. I'm hoping that the people donate. Let's go back.
Because I'm ready to do the work, brother. You know. We got a couple coins left over. I'm waiting. I'm hoping that the people donate.
Oh wow.
Keep it coming, but we got a couple coins.
Okay, hold on. Since we don't have expense reports or general ledger or any receipts or anything, this guy out of nowhere, he didn't submit an RFP or a contract to show his, fees and services or anything. Is this going to include the materials? How's this going to go? See, Umar thinks he's so smart when he's an idiot. So, Umar, when you're sitting here talking to vendors and contractors about this stuff, they have to submit over an RFP. So a request for a proposal, right? And then they lay out how much they charge. They're supposed to have their certification. They're supposed to show proof of insurance. They're supposed to have all this stuff, right? If they have laborers, they have to have them named. They have to show how much they're paying their employees. All these things have to be outlined. And then if you hire the contractor, then you have to generate invoices. Usually there's like a purchase order, and then they, tell you, hey, this is going to have to include, you're going to have to get all the materials, because naturally that, you don't expect people to do work on a building you claim you're opening, and then you want them to buy the materials. Now you have to provide the materials. Then you have to say where those materials are going to be stored, because they have to be stored somewhere safely according to city codes, or else you'll be in violation of that. And depending on the type of materials, they have to be stored in a specific manner. Some materials have to be stored in some sort of refrigeration or cooling area, covered. Can't be sitting out in the sun, baking. These are the things that Umar does not know. And the Danza Project had the audacity to insult everyone listening to that stupid ass softball interview and not even push back on what he does know about what he claims to be business. Come on, somebody.
Get started. Yes, sir. In fact, you see those are the plans right there. Those are the plans done by our engineer. Just finished a couple weeks ago, brother. You can flip through and look at the GC. I guess the GC stuff would be the carpentry stuff. He got it laid out. Electrician, plumber, HVAC. So some pages would be the GC pages. See what you see there.
Oh, you can't make this up.
But basically, the building is in excellent shape. But once the electricians punch out the walls, once the plumber punches in, they got to do their little punches in. Yeah, I'm gonna just need you to close up and put the drop ceiling back, because we got drop ceiling in every room.
Unbelievable, man.
You know what I mean? But I want you to take this flashlight, and I want you to take a walk on through, get a feel for it, and then I'm going to email you this. Still look, but when you're done, I'm gonna email you that so you can think about it and send me a proposal of what it costs.
Because
This
if
is
you
how
do
he does
carpentry,
business.
you could also be the GC. Correct? Okay. Call your buddies right now before you do your walkthrough and see if they can make it.
He should be
We
wearing the
working out here
mask.
today, brothers and sisters. I told y'all don't play with us. We getting work done.
There are so many red flags in that video, more than I have time to cover in this particular video.
Yeah, how many OSHA laws do you think he's violating right now? You can't make this stuff up. This has got to be a joke. The Danza Project, you need to do your homework next time you sit here and gaslight Umar Johnson. Shame on you, the Danza Project. And I don't care who gets mad about it. He has over 500,000 supporters. They can all get mad and they can all kiss my ass. That boy did not do 1 ounce of research before he sat down and let Umar Johnson on his platform. And for what? To be disingenuous? Unbelievable, but no one else knows business. Get the hell out of here.
So let's go back to the video where he said renovations has begun. And look at the name of the company listed on the truck. We see it says Dependable Construction of Delaware. So what we are going to do now is look at the permit.
Yep.
I have a copy, but I was also told that the feature on the City of Wilmington's website that allows you to look up permits has been fixed. So instead of just showing you the permit, I will show you how to look it up.
There you go.
So if I go to the City of Wilmington's website, click Pay My Bill, then click Permit Fee. Once the page comes up, it should default to Permits and Inspections. If it doesn't, click Permit and Inspections from the right menu. Enter the parcel ID. I will put the parcel IDs in the video description. I am not going to select any of these options because
you don't have to.
I want to see all the permits listed regardless if they are active or not.
Yeah.
Then click search. There are 14 permits listed.
That's
and if we look under owner/contractor, you will notice none of the permits are for FDMG. Now if we go back and look at the permits for the next parcel ID.
Wow, this was 5 years ago, people. This was 5 years ago. Okay, so I went through all the permits that is now under that 611 East 17th Street property. But let me show you all this permit right quick because I have it up, because, be ye also ready. Here it is. This is for the 610 East 17th Street. Here's the building permit number. If you all can see that here. You see this permit, Dependable Construction of Delaware. This is in Wilmington, Delaware. They had interior cleanup of 4 rooms with fire damage. What does that portend? Who knows? Because there's nothing else in the comments. There's no photos. There's no contract. There's no nothing to show you exactly what was done. Mind you, this was issued on July 22nd of 2020 and then expired on September 5th of 2021. Just so you all know that. Here it is. This is the actual permit. General repairs changes. So interior cleanup means what? See, that's the question I'm asking here. What does that mean? How much fire damage was done? Because what if they had to break out the walls and the structure? They had to put up new walls. Did they put up a new sprinkler system? What exactly was damaged with these 4 rooms? If you all saw his post, Umar said 2 rooms and less than 25% was damaged. But he said 2 rooms. You clearly see on here 4 rooms with damage. Did this Dependable Construction of Delaware, did they add on these extra 2 rooms just to amp up the charges? If the goal was to get money, more money from donations, then wouldn't Umar just say, hey, y'all, we got 4 rooms with fire damage. We got to get some construction going for. It's going to cost X amount of dollars because the more rooms, naturally, the more fees you're looking at. A bigger invoice charge. But he said in his post 2 rooms. That's not a mistake. Either 2 rooms or 4 rooms were damaged with fire. But here's the thing, the fire report is going to give you more details about what was damaged. So I'm going to go back to that website, and this is what the young man is showing you all. This is it right here. I put the link to this website in the chat with all the permits and inspections based on this parcel ID number. This is 260-294-0028. So the first permit you all see here, this is the first one that's listed up here. That's that first one for $36. And you can tell the difference by the fees. So if you all see $36 here, it matches here with the $36 fee. So let's go to the second one. The second one here is for $55. Now, this is where you see fire report listed. So let's click on that, $55.50. And then we'll see that permit was more like a general, it says fire invoice. That's all it says here. Flat rate for fire reports. But let's see what the permit image looks like. So here's this image of this fire invoice. You all see it up here. And then you see the fire report $55.50. All it says here is 610 East 17th Street. And then it has 2020-11325, 2019-20025, 2014-4962. The only thing I can think of is that this corresponds to other previous fire damages or fire reports for this particular property. And this is the year reported and the incident or the fire report number, 11325. That's the only thing that I could think of that corresponded to the research that I did, is that this actually is a fire report number. So you have a fire reported in 2020 with the fire report number, the incident number, then one in 2019 with that incident number, and then one in 2014 with that incident number. That's all that came up when I did research on this. Otherwise, I have no idea what the hell this is for. Heather Cunningham, she could be with the City of Wilmington Fire Marshal Department. I don't know. She could be a city employee that does inspections. I have no idea who this person is. And then you're talking about Dover, Delaware. Who knows? Maybe that's where the fire marshal's office is, like the business office. So as you all can see, there's little to no information on here. And all permits must be displayed. You all see this? Must be displayed on premises in a prominent place. So you cannot have anything going on with any vendors or contractors doing any work on that property without these permits being displayed in a prominent place. Prominent meaning the average person can walk past and see it. So, of all the videos we've seen so far of people going to the schools doing tours, did y'all see any permit posted outside on any door or, boarded up window or the two-way glass windows that aren't even supposed to be there on the school building? Did y'all see anything posted up about a permit? Because I didn't see it. Now, if I miss it, send me the video link with the timestamp so I can go back and see it. Because I didn't see anything. You can't make this stuff up. And you get people like, the Danza Project, they're not even looking this stuff up. They're not looking up, okay, dude, you said it was a fire. 4 rooms or 2 rooms were damaged? How many? What all had to be done? And the contractor would have taken photos. They would have had to take photos of the damage before they fixed it up. photos of the material stored to make sure that it's being stored properly. Because when the city comes in to do an inspection, let me know if I'm on base, Brother Malik, if I'm right or wrong. When the city comes in to do an inspection, they're going to look at, based on the list of codes that they have, to make sure, okay, you got contractors out here doing work. Certain materials have to be stored in certain spaces or in certain areas a correct way. And if they're not, they can be fined and be cited with a city code violation. Let me know if I'm wrong, Brother Malik, if I'm right or wrong. And then when you have these reports and permits listing this type of information, this stuff has to add up. You can't say 4 rooms on the permit, but then the fire report has 2 rooms, or his post says 2 rooms. So there's a discrepancy already. And you all see here, once again, must be displayed on premises in a prominent place. So at any point in time when Dependable Construction of Delaware was there, was this permit displayed in a prominent place? Knowing Umar, it probably wasn't. This is so insane. It was a cleanup. That's why they were not posted. They were in and out less than a day, Sister LLC. Really? So that lets you know how much damage was probably done. Because what do those rooms look like then if they have fire damage to it? He said it was some sort of arson attempt. That's what Umar said. How much damage was done? Did they take photos? I haven't seen any photos or anything on this. Because that's something they're supposed to do. The fire department would have seen the damage. Exactly. Yeah. Y'all saw the truck come up. Let's go back to the video. You saw the truck come up, and he showed the name of the truck. Okay, let's go back to this. Dependable.
Name of the company listed on the truck. We see it says Dependable Construction of Delaware. So what we are going to do now is look at the permit. I have a copy, but I was also told
up the permit, and we put that up, so I'm going to skip forward. But you guys can see right here. Let's go to it.
I can view a copy of the actual permit.
This was never displayed.
Under contractor information, we see the company listed as Dependable Construction of Delaware, which matches the name on the truck. And we see the reason they were there. Interior cleanup of 4 rooms with fire damage. So we have confirmation on why they were there. Why couldn't Umar Johnson just say that? Why did he have to lie and say renovation has started?
Exactly.
Because like I said earlier on, he's dishonest and he's an opportunist. So now when Umar Johnson says renovations has started, you can go check to see if there are any new permits pulled. Because what you have to understand is the scope of work that is required to get that property up and running. Work such as replacing the AC units, electrical, plumbing, etc. will require permits. Which brings us to this post that was made on October 4th. It states that both school roofs have been repaired. However, we did not see any permits listed for roof work. If we go to the City of Wilmington's website, it outlines what work does not require a permit.
What was
and
repaired?
There's a line item for roof. And it reads, roof maintenance, minor roof repair only are exempt. Re-roofing, re-shingling, roof tear-off, 90 pounds of mineral surface, and hot and cold tar roofing requires a permit. Well, this roof would fall under hot and cold tar roofing. And that truck looks like it has over 90 pounds of tear-off in it.
Yeah.
But
do y'all know what 90 pounds is? That's like what, 4 sacks of potatoes? No. Let me take that back. That is what, a sack of potatoes like 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Yeah, put 8 of them together. Correct me if I'm wrong here. 90 pounds. Because I'm just trying to visualize that for those who, need to quantify what that looks like here. Y'all see a whole truck of supplies back there. And tar is not some lightweight type of product. This product is quite heavy once it's solidified. It may be in liquid phases, it might be, a little bit lighter. But when tar is hardened, that's not something you can just, carry with one hand and two fingers. That has some weight to it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a tar person. But you guys can see, if that was done to that building, and let me go back to the permit details. Why is it that it's only 2 permits under that particular parcel ID? Y'all only see this? 610 East 17th Street for Douglas, Frederick, and Garvey. There are only 2 permits here. Just 2. And we've seen both. They're both related to the fire. So for that building, what permits are there? What are the permits? The rest would not fall under FDMG. I'm sorting it out so you all can see. Because you can't make this stuff up. This is Goodwill, Moyer Academy. None of that is FDMG, just the top 2. And those are related to the fire. So this YouTube channel, man, he is on point. He is on point. I love it. He's on point. And tar roofing?
Over 90 pounds
Oh
of
my
tear
God.
off in it. But maybe, just maybe, this truck came already filled from another job site, and they were just doing minor.
So Brother Malik, hold on one second. Brother Malik said, let me make sure I read your comment in. Make a change. How you doing? Shout out to Make a Change. Thank you for the fantastic content. We had to check it out because I was doing some research on this fire. And man, I'm still not seeing a fire report or anything. The website is just as bare when it comes to that property as it was 5 years ago. Shout out to Make a Change. Y'all welcome him in. Thank you so much for popping in. Shout out to you. I feel honored. Look at that. Brother Malik said, tar bones in 5-gallon black can and weigh about 60 pounds a can. 60 pounds a can. So yes, that will be well over the 90 pounds. Well over the 90 pounds. And you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Shout out to Make a Change for being in here. I appreciate you tuning in. We're checking out your content because this is part of some of the research that I was doing regarding this fire at FDMG. The post that Umar posted up had 2 rooms, but the permit for that the construction here, Dependable Construction of Delaware, notated 4 rooms. So there was a discrepancy with the number of rooms that were being, that has some sort of interior cleaning already between his post and the actual permit. Craft fees are charged at a rate of $20 per craft. So, I'm curious to know if this was ever posted up outside of the building itself. What exactly was cleaned? What that pertained? Was it just them going in and knocking down a wall, or is it just sweeping a floor? I mean, it should be a description of the job or the summary of the description of what they did, and since we don't have a contract or a vendor invoice, who knows what they did? Who knows what they did? No photos, no nothing. So you can't make this stuff up. Make a Change did a great job. Actually, we have another video as well. Right after this. So y'all see this? He said 2 rooms, 2 full rooms. This was a part of the previous video. But 2 full rooms. Permit has 4. So just want to just point that out. Because, Umar just don't know how to tell the truth to save his life.
At the location, but it's currently under investigation.
Sorry
Afros
about that.
Bengali recently uploaded a video, and I'll put a link to that video in the description, outlining that she spoke with the fire marshal and there was indeed a fire at the location, but it's currently under investigation. I have a theory on what might have happened, and it has nothing to do with Umar Johnson setting the fire himself. It has more to do with having a property that is in a high crime area that has a history of being vandalized and has been sitting there for a year with no activity. But I'm going to wait for the final report before I elaborate on this. I know a lot of people have their own theory on what might have happened, so let me know in the comment section what you believed happened. There was a part of the post where Umar said, "We now have to deviate funds from the Garvey building to repair the fire and water damage." And this had a lot of people asking in the comment section, why do you need to deviate funds? Isn't the property insured? And I believe the answer to that question links to two things. The law does not require you to have homeowners insurance or commercial property insurance. However, if the property was purchased via financing, the lender will require you to have insurance because they want to protect their investment. But if the property was purchased with cash, and we know from public records this is how this property was purchased, there's no requirement that you have to have insurance. Now, if there's an HOA situation attached to the property, even if it's purchased with cash, they may require you to have insurance. But that doesn't even apply in this situation. Now, hypothetically, if this...
Hold on, let me go back. Hold on. Is Make a Change still here? Shout out to you, Make a Change. You are very thorough. Oh my goodness. Thank you for making these videos. Is it still here? Make a Change? Yeah, we're all wondering when you're gonna do more uploads. This is awesome. So far, I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. There's no requirement for insurance. I gotta go back. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta go back because I want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. Let me put the captions back up.
To repair the fire and water damage. And this had a lot of people asking in the comment section, why do you need to deviate funds? Isn't the property insured? And I believe the answer to that question links to two things. The law does not require you to have homeowners insurance or commercial property insurance. However, if the property was purchased by...
I would assume this is the law for the city of Wilmington, or is this the state law in Delaware? Because I mean, that's new to me. I have to have renter's insurance to rent, an apartment or a home now. So is this, I mean, this is new to me. I understand this is an older video too, but is there something new or different in the city of Wilmington that I should know? Because otherwise I'm going to get terribly confused and I don't want to be. I have to have renter's insurance. I don't know if any other state here in Georgia, you have to have renter's insurance, and it has to have a minimum $100,000 policy on it. So, I mean, this is something new to me. This has to be limited to the city of Wilmington.
Via financing, the lender will require you to have insurance because they want to protect their investment. But if the property was purchased with cash, and we know from public records this is how this property was purchased, there's no requirement that you have to have insurance. Now, if there's an HOA situation attached to the property, even if it's purchased with cash, they may require you to have insurance. But that doesn't even apply in this situation. No.
Okay, so would that be strictly for a vacant building? Make a change. Thank you. That is law everywhere. It said it's not required because vacant buildings will go broke messing with abandoned properties. That's something else. Here in Arizona, it's $300,000. Yeah, I mean, in order for me to rent, I have to have $100,000 policy for renter's insurance, and that is state law. I can be evicted. That's a state law here in Georgia, though. That's what I'm wondering. Is it limited to abandoned buildings that are not occupied? You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Google it. All right, let's play with the video. I'm gonna
hypothetically, if this school was to eventually open, and I put that in quotes, there would have to be some type of insurance. But here is the bigger problem, and this is the second factor to why there is no insurance. This property is heavily vandalized. There's a hole in the roof. The bathrooms have been stripped. There's wires hanging from the ceiling. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I recommend that you watch the following video. So the chances of Umar getting this property insured in its current state is next to impossible. So let's talk about the contingency plan. Because as we see, there is no contingency plan in case...
Okay, Make a Change is right. You're on the money, man. Okay, let me show you all here what I Googled. Now, this is for the state of Georgia, but for commercial property insurance, while not legally mandated, having this insurance is often required by landlords and lenders, and it protects against risk such as fire, theft, and natural disasters. Make a change is absolutely right. You're on the money. That's why I wanted to make sure I looked it up just to make sure, because this is something new for me. This is something else. Well done, Make a Change. Shout out to you. If I can get one of my mods to make sure you drop the Make a Change YouTube channel as well, the link in the chat. You guys make sure you check out Make a Change. Hopefully he'll do some more content on Umar. This is well done. Well done. All right, let's get back to it.
Something happens to the property because there is no insurance. As a supporter of this project or someone that is considering giving Umar Johnson money, here is the question you have to ask yourself. In the event of something happening to Umar, who is going to continue this project? There is no evidence he has a team. And if he does have a team, that in itself is a problem. That would mean he has a team of people that is not competent enough to get this project up and running. There comes a time when you have to put all the emotions aside and apply logic and critical thinking to the situation.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. That was well done.
Brothers.
So this is another video from Anti-Afro Svengalis channel. And I do believe this is the same video that Make a Change was referring to in his last video. So we're going to check this out because this is part of due diligence here. Make a Change is on the money. Thank you so much, man, for your information and your fantastic research. And this is the link to Anti-Afro Svengalis' video. And I posted the information regarding the commercial property insurance requirement from Schneider-insurance.com. I just did a quick Google search and that came up. Every state is different with various insurance plans, but for Georgia, it clearly says that it's not required. It's not legally required anywhere. And so Make a Change is on the money, man. On the money. Thank you so much. Thank you, Saint, for posting up. That's Make a Change YouTube channel link. Shout out to him. So you guys make sure you go check him out. Check out his content over there. And we'll be looking forward to any other, post updates or anything. Make sure you subscribe and leave some comments. Hit the like button. Hit the like button here in the Lady Luck Club. 160 people watching. And hit that like button. Thank you all so much. I love the camaraderie in the YouTube community as well when we're able to share this information and expose this con artist Umar for what he really is. Make a Change said, if you have a loan, the lender will require you to get insurance in order to protect their interests. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. With anything, whether it be a car, home, commercial property. Yes, absolutely right. They want to protect their interests. They don't. And if you're somebody like Umar, you can't trust that he's not trying to do some fraudulent stuff, right? People do, they'll light some on fire themselves just to be able to file a claim. So that also protects the fraudulent claims from being filed with the insurance, because after a while, you can end up being deemed uninsurable. So that I do know. You go and you file it in, all kinds of insurance claims. They start to look at a pattern. And the next time the underwriter wants to try to, write out some sort of, insurance coverage, they will not insure you. They'll deem you to be uninsurable. If you file so many number of claims within a year, yeah, they'll tell you flat out, nah, we can't insure you. Can't insure you because we don't know if you're just trying to take advantage. So absolutely right. Absolutely right, man. And shout out to Saint Center for posting the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Black Anonymous, as well. I appreciate you. My fantastic mods, I appreciate you all. Truth Using Logic. Well, what out for Anti-Afro? What? Anti-Afro Svengalis? Really? She's a new content creator for me. So I don't know if that's a man or woman. Is Anti-Afro a man or woman? Y'all let me know. All right, let's get to it.
This is the Unapologetically African Festival. You do know what that means, right? Do not violate. Do not violate.
Are you done cleaning the toilet?
We're going to try to have an after party too. A little after social at the club. A couple slow jams with the Prince.
Couple slow jams with the Prince. I ain't got no rhythm, so I can only do the slow jams. A nice, tight, slow grind on with the slow jam.
Hell, he say.
Who
What are you
pulled it
talking
up
about
on me?
this?
A nice, tight, slow grind on with the slow jam.
You can't make this up. Oh God, no, no, y'all, because I don't know if this is copyrighted. This can't be y'all. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna fast forward it because I can't do the music. I don't want my video to get blocked.
Going to get because I have an update. This is a follow up on the documents that we have been gathering in Wilmington and Dover, Delaware,
I know that's your
primarily.
song.
And this relates to the project I had
Frank,
made a
that's my
reference
song
to
though.
earlier that had been
Okay, cool.
interrupted because of the pandemic. Delaware is
Oh, we
very
did have a
specific about
pandemic.
how detailed information can be acquired. This is in person. So we have anti-fraud warriors.
Oh,
They're in Delaware. They are able to pick up the documents. Actually, there's an email I'm showing here on the screen. There are 3 reports, 3 fire marshal reports. At this point, we don't know how many pages those reports are. Our person is going to go pick them up today.
so I'm being told to be careful with this content creator. I did. So I have to understand because what I don't want is for my video to get blocked or anything like that. And I haven't. I'll just go to the next one because I haven't asked for her if this is okay to use this video or anything, and I don't have time to have my video blocked. So let's go to the next.
Here in the studios of 96 Part.
What about RBG TV? Y'all tell me, because you guys know I'm still kind of new to a lot of the outside of the tight knit cast so far of content creators and those who have been reporting and researching on Umar. I'm not quite familiar with the rest. So who is RGB TV? I don't want anti-Afro to block. I don't want anybody else blocking me or anything. I'm serious. I don't need any backlash. Yeah, I don't need any backlash. That Baba Day. RBG TV is Baba Day. Oh God. What it man? Listen, I ain't got time to fool around with this nonsense. Okay, y'all. So if that's that father dude that he had that interview with, is this okay to happen or what? For me to play this video, I will be okay with Baba. Was this Baba David dude? Father Moses. Is that the same one I kept calling Father Moses? He might strike my channel just because I said Father Moses. Yeah, I called him Father Moses. Whatever. Telling you when that happened. Keeping it plain. Okay. Well, we'll do check out a little of what he's saying in this one. I cannot, y'all listen. When I say I don't like drama, normally I will leave a comment and ask, is it okay if I use this timestamp? And then I apologize to make a change. Because I should have left the comment asking you if it was okay to showcase your videos in the live stream. So that's my bad. And that's my fault with that. So I apologize to you, good sir, on that one. Me personally, I don't care, but I can't expect everybody else to be that way. So that's just, the integrity I do have here in the LLC. I do try to reach out to content creators and say, hey, is it okay if I use this timestamp or use this video? And I did not do that with Make a Change, and I should have. So that is my fault. And my apologies to you. I don't have time for Father Moses to throw a tantrum with me, but I do want to hear what he had to say about this fire thing because Father Moses lets him get on his radio station to lie like hell. So, all right, let's play a little of this.
1 FM. I'm David Barnes, photo man for you too. And we are getting ready to talk to our guest for this evening, our co-host actually for this evening, Dr. Umar Abdul Johnson. I want to say good evening, Dr. Umar. How are you doing today?
Good evening, sir. All is well.
Yes, sir. That's good. I'm glad you were able to join us tonight. So what's going on in Dr. Umar's world at this time?
Well, today was a bit melancholy because someone had broken into the Frederick Douglass building on the FDMG campus down in Delaware, and they attempted to burn the building down.
What?
Yes, sir. Thank God someone saw the smoke and the fire company came, and they were able to put the blaze out miraculously in enough time where it only managed to destroy 2 classrooms. The Douglass building is a large high school, 1 floor, but it's large. We have about 16 classrooms. We have a very large modern gymnasium. We have a lunchroom. There's a lot of space in there.
Identity?
And the fact that they were able to contain it to just 2 classrooms tell me that there was some divine intervention at play there.
That's very interesting.
But y'all saw the permit that said 4, right? Y'all, we all see this, right? 4 rooms. 4 rooms with damage. We all see this, right? Because I refuse to go to whatever alternate reality Umar and Father Moses are sitting in right now. Why is Father Moses? He sounds like a what? Like he gossiping. Am I the only one picking that up? Yo, all right, I'm not gonna pause it.
Did you have security cameras?
We have a few, but now we're about to take it up a notch, and I'm also going to put full-time human security as well. Because as you know, with the electronic security, there's still always a way to circumvent it.
We're hackers.
Yeah, so we're going to have, beginning tomorrow, there's going to be full-time men who are going to patrol the campus. They won't always be visible, though, because we're going to try to catch
who are these men
that are doing it. So they're going to be in a cut, trying to find out who these rascals are. But since we purchased the school February...
Yeah, who are those security that was supposed to catch the rascals? Why was there not a police report if you believe it's arson?
Of last year, 2019, Baba David, we have had so many brushes with negativity. We've had people spray paint defamatory comments about me on the walls of the school. Someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the small gym and set it on fire, and it destroyed the fence to the playground, and it destroyed the rear light to the small gym and set it on fire. And comments about me on the walls of the school. Someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the...
Stop right there. Stop right there. If y'all don't like me pausing, I don't know what to tell you. You can go on this YouTube channel. Let me drop the link. And you can watch it for yourself all the way through. Because there is no way in the hell I am not going to stop it right here where it has, you guys see, what this caption says. Brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the... That's it. Who in their right frame of mind would drive a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the wall of a school building? And somehow nobody caught that on camera? Isn't there a Boys and Girls Club next door? Do they not have cameras? Not one camera picked that up. You can't make this up. Where is that at? I didn't see that in any of the permits. Not one police report. Am I missing something here? A brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV? Like people got cars like that to spare and just driving into the wall of that school building, of all the buildings, FDMG.
The small gym and set it on fire, and it destroyed the fence to the playground, and it destroyed the rear light to the small gymnasium, because we have 2 schools and 2 gyms. Also, someone has been going around busting the glass out of the windows. Someone has been snatching the trees out of the ground in front of the school. I mean, we have literally been going through it. And the reason why I believe a lot of it is personal is because the school was vacant for rear light for a defense to the playground and inflammatory comments about me on the walls of the school, someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the small gym and set it on fire, and it destroyed.
Pause. A brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the small gym and then set it on fire. As if no news, police, fire department, any person with a camera would have not captured that. Don't you think that would raise eyebrows for people to see a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV in a small gym on fire in that neighborhood? What the fuck am I seeing? You can't make it. Boy, when I say, Umar, wherever you have lost your mind, wherever your mind has gone to, can you at least just do the right thing and take your body with it? If you're going to leave Earth and go to some alternate reality, take your damn fat body with it. Stop with little Debbie snack cakes. This is why you cannot eat oatmeal cream pies 3 times a day. Wherever you have lost your mind, just take your body on with it so you can complete the cycle. You can't
defense to the playground, and it destroyed the rear light to the small gymnasium because we have 2 schools and 2 gyms. Also, someone has been going around busting the glass out of the windows. Someone has been snatching the trees out of the ground in front of the school. I mean, we have literally been going through it. And the reason why I believe a lot of it is personal is because the school was vacant for 4 years.
Nobody touched it.
And nobody touched it. Nobody touched it for 4 years. And now all of a sudden, issue after issue, with the latest issue being the attempted arson.
Yeah, Dr. Omar, how are you doing today?
Oh, my God.
This is Patrick. So did you hear about what Deshaun Jackson posted, right?
Yes.
He did not say he posted it.
Okay. And then, is that relevant to the school?
No. Yeah, because I heard something about somebody, a radio station, WYP.
Okay.
Actually, we're talking about Dr. Omar Jackson.
What?
In regards to what Deshaun Jackson
compare
posted.
What he said.
Yes. Yes. And I heard it. I forgot.
Call him Omar. Y'all, Umar is such a clown. They don't even bother correct his name. I don't blame him. Omar. You said a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV was driven into the small gym where the average reasonable person would assume that small children, at least kids 18 and under, would be congregating together to play. Was driven into a small gym and then set on fire as if someone set it on fire, not that it spontaneously combusted, because gasoline and car oils and all. You're sitting here saying it was set on fire as if it was intentionally done. Where is the damn police report for that? Where's the fire report? Why do we not see a fire report with that? We see one for the 4 rooms that you said is 2 rooms. Why don't we see one involving a car and a small gym? A brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV. What a waste of money.
The person who said it, I forgot his name.
Well, what happened was Deshaun Jackson
of
the
God.
Philadelphia Eagles. I put a post up in response to the attack that was being made against him.
Okay.
And I compared the attack and the backlash that Deshaun Jackson is getting to the attack and the backlash that the white wide receiver of the Philadelphia Eagles did not get several years ago.
That Bradley Cooper
on camera.
Yes.
Cooper using the N-word. So
yes.
How can Deshaun be at risk of having his career terminated when Wiley Cooper did not repost what someone else said, but said what he felt himself about black people and did not lose his job? I'm not even sure if he was suspended. So how can Deshaun Jackson be subject to special treatment when Wiley Cooper was not? But the other part of that is the fact that Deshaun Jackson liked my tweet. He liked it. And then that's when many of the Eagles fans went off saying, why is Deshaun Jackson liking a Dr. Umar Johnson tweet? and it went on from there.
Well, you know what I say? Show me the lie.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Show me the lie.
I heard it, and I was like, "Oh, you're not talking about my friend, right? You're not talking about my friend." And I heard it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And they said, "Oh, he didn't even have any doctorate degree." I was like, "Oh."
First of all, his dissertation is garbage, and you know it. Secondly, how did we get here? How did this conversation shift from the arson thing to some nonsense about blah blah blah? I'm lost. That's why I keep saying, huh? How did we get to this conversation again? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna fast forward.
You are kidding me.
Propaganda machine, you know, it's hard to turn it off. But back to the school.
Blah, blah, blah. Now, back to the school.
Nobody messed with the school while it was vacant. The person that ran into it with the Mercedes, were they able to catch up with the owner? What was the reasoning behind the owner?
It's still a mystery.
What?
Still a mystery.
Yeah. No, it's still a mystery that a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV was driven into a small gym and lit on fire, set on fire. That's a mystery? Is it the same mystery, Umar, as the so-called vandalism? Is it the same mystery, mate? Are we talking about the same thing here? What alternate universe is Umar's mind floating around in, where it's filled with the land of Little Debbie snack cake Swiss rolls and Schweppes ginger ale? He's not here on Earth with us, people. I told you all, Umar's an alien. He's a pathological, lying, narcissistic alien. He is not of this planet.
And the irony of the Mercedes that was ran into the small gym, Elder David, is the fact that it was ran into the gym the very same day that I started a brand new crowdfunding online platform to try to raise money for the school. And so when I announced it a few hours later, that's when I got the call that somebody just drove a car into the side of the gym.
Wow,
they called you, but they didn't record that on a camera. They did not record that in a video, but yet FamerTube goes to the school to film the school, and somebody shows up and takes pictures of him doing that. But yet someone calls you, not 911 for the police or the fire department. They call you, and yet the owner of that brand new SUV for the Mercedes-Benz is still a mystery to you 5-6 years later. You can't make this shit up. You just can't. Only Umar can make up this dumb nonsense where he thinks no one will fact check him on it. And then if you do, oh, you're just a hater. You're just a anti-Umar. You don't support. I'm not going to support a lying piece of shit. I'm supporting him with this nonsense. Excuse my language. I am on there tonight. I'm on one tonight. Who would support someone that lies this bad when simple evidence would debunk him? A police report, a fire report, an investigation of some sort. Don't you think the owner of that car would have been arrested that night? If it wasn't for them intentionally setting something on fire, they definitely should be given some sort of a blood test to see if they were drunk. Because that's not normal. That's not something that just happens all the time. Car accidents happen all the time between two motor vehicles, but not someone driving into a building and then setting it on fire. You can't make this
discouraging. They try to discourage you from your mission.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we've had a couple of Negroes go down to the school and do some very defamatory videos about the school, talking about how it's not open. There's trash on the ground. He needs somebody to clean it up.
It is trash.
And, you know.
Umar, weren't you just scrubbing toilets of your own fecal matter? No one told you to leave poop in the toilets for months at a time because you want to so-called live in the gym. Weren't you just scrubbing toilets because, you know, you figured I got to prove a point to Lady Luck Club in Linden Honor? I'm going to stay on your ass no matter what. Weren't you just cleaning out toilets? There's trash outside the building to this very day. You have an actual wheelchair ramp that has overgrowth and trash where it's inaccessible to someone with a wheelchair. That's not a secret. People have the right to go there and film to see what's going on with it. Because otherwise, no one owes you the opportunity to let you lie to their face. You're playing in people's faces.
I've had to deal with that too. A
He's
lot
a
of
clown.
slander, a lot of negative YouTube videos. It's just been a constant campaign. I've ignored it up until now because it has largely been, verbal sabotage. You know, but with this arson, I mean, the fireman told me, he said someone broke into your school to start the fire. And they said it in the middle of the school. So they intended it to spread like wildfire. And so, again, I'm just thankful. But now we understand. We got the security on it, the fire company on it, the police are on it. It's under investigation to find out who tried to do that. We're going to get some more cameras up there. But most importantly is the human security. We're going to start having the human physical security so they can see that there's people actually around there paying attention to what's going on. And it's hurtful because we're building a school for our children.
Yes.
What is wrong with you people?
Well, they don't care.
Baby.
They don't care about our children as much as they don't care about us.
Yes.
What the hell did this dude just say? What did you say? How old is Father Moses? He looks like he's every bit of 80 years old at least. I mean, you would think there are some old but foolish people out there in the world. But you would think after living a long life of having parted the Red Sea, you freed the Israelites from captivity, from the slavery of the Egyptians. You put down your staff. God parted that Red Sea. All these people walked across on dry land. You finally get them to the other side. And then all of a sudden, you want to lie for Umar Johnson?
People.
Well, they don't care.
Baby.
They don't care about our children as much as they don't care about us.
Yes,
oh yes,
and it's just sad because I believe this is our people. I mean, I do understand, don't believe this was an outsider. I believe this was our people because of the jealousy and the hatred and the animosity that's out there. You know, I say it all the time. I'm simultaneously the most loved and the most hated scholar at this time.
Oh, you're just the biggest and the dumbest. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us because Father Moses is capping for Umar Johnson.
Literally.
Wow.
Absolutely. And, you know, we really needed all the funds we got now to get the Marcus Garvey building up and running. So on a good note. So that's the bad news. They tried to burn us down. And we got to get that fire. We got to get the fire damage fixed and the fire water fixed. So we got to spend money we didn't even have to spend, you know, so that's what's hurting. But the good news is across the street at the Marcus Garvey building, the architect is finalizing the blueprint. So now we will be able to go to the contractors and take the bids and see what it's going to cost to get the Garvey building, which is the smaller of the two, up and running because our agenda, our plan is to get the small school up and running, show people what we're going to do, and then, you know, engender more support and then raise enough money to restore the big building.
Stop. He just told himself, Umar, you are the dumbest and most idiotic, self-snitching, greedy ass, little Debbie Swiss roll belly field cow manure to roam this earth. Your self-snitching is on level 1000. He just said that he wants to get the smaller school up and running, let people see what we can do, and then work on the other building. So why are you asking for money for 2 buildings to be renovated, to be opened? Is he not raising money for both of the school buildings simultaneously? He just told on himself. This is another telltale sign that he had no intentions on opening the school. You're raising money for both schools to be renovated and opened. Certificate of occupancy, but you're talking about only on one building? One building, not both. Not both. So now it's up to what? What Lennon said, over 2 million he's raised on these school buildings. That's only enough to get the smaller one open? He just told himself.
School up and running. Show people what we're going to do. And then, you know,
go back.
Damage fixed and the fire water fixed. So we got to spend money we didn't even have to spend. You know,
so that's an insurance plan.
But the good news is across the street at the Marcus Garvey building, the architect is finalizing the blueprint. So now we will be able to go to the contractors and take the bids and see what it's going to cost to get the Garvey building, which is the smaller of the two, up and running because our agenda, our plan is to get the small school up and running, show people what we're going to do, and then, you know, engender more support and then raise enough money to restore the big building. That's the plan. So it looks like, God willing,
Yeah, he said engender more support and then raise enough money to restore the big building. That's the plan. How do you shift that type of plan to go from I'm raising money for the school? You got both buildings now. Why even purchase? Let's go back. Because logic and common sense said, shout out the truth using logic. Your profile name speaks everything right now. It's just going to prove my whole point. Why even purchase two buildings if your intention was never to open a school with two buildings, but just one? Why not just go for the smaller building first and then purchase and work on the second building, as opposed to purchasing two buildings, raising money for two buildings for over the span of 11 years? Or no, let's go back to 6.5, because these are the buildings in the city of Wilmington. So for the last 6.5 years, you have been raising money under the guise and telling the public that you're going to open a school with two buildings. And now you're saying, I don't care how old this is, because this is my first time hearing this alternate plan here, where he's saying we're going to get the first one up and running, and then we're going to raise money to do the second one. So what the hell was $2 million supposed to do again? If it was only supposed to take care of the smaller building, then why even ask for money for the bigger building? So which building was he cleaning the toilets in? Because I'm just confused. Which school building, Umar, were you scrubbing and cleaning toilets with that nasty ass washcloth rag, as he called it? Why even get two buildings? He was in over his head. He never intended on opening the school. What he saw was in our school, we're going to do this and this. So we need money for both buildings to become operable and functional. But deep down in his mind, he knew he couldn't even deliver with one building. But yet he didn't stop raising money for the other building. That's called misleading the public. That's also a violation of federal law. But now you're misleading the public. Except in this interview with yourself snitching. I guess he thought no one was going to watch it.
It looks like, God willing, if all goes well, and if the brothers and sisters who have been donating continue to donate, we should have the Garvey building up and running by the end of the year.
Hit the like button.
But while we do that, we also have to keep a strong, secure eye on the Douglas building, which is the larger and more grandiose of the two, to make sure we have another school to move into once the smaller school gets filled up with students.
Mm-hmm. When you estimate opening up in, you say, October, November, by the end of the year, but what are your plans on...
operable.
Okay, so, right. So now with the arson, that may have set you back a little bit.
Yes, because we have to divert funds from the Garvey building to make sure the Douglas building isn't being sabotaged anymore.
Yeah.
So that is a problem now, because we have to get the fire. L&I that sent me the letter. You got to get that fire damage fixed up. You got to get all that water. And the fire department, and I respect them for what they did, but they didn't help us by spraying all them extra rooms that didn't have nothing wrong with them.
What do you mean? It's a stop. It's a fire. And then you keep saying 2 rooms when the permit said 4. Now I just want the fire report. Does anyone have the fire report? They can email me. If not, I'm going to try to find it, because this is part of this grift, people. He's sitting here admitting he intentionally really meant to open one school, the smaller building, just so he could do, I guess, a test run of a school. So you're playing around with people's money, with people's time. You're misleading the public. You're saying one thing to one group of audience and then something else entirely different now. And you've been raising money, meanwhile, for both school buildings to open up and be fully operable. But see, this right here, if you're not paying attention and you're not really tuning into what he's saying, because I don't go on conspiracy theories. I'm very literal. So when you say that you intended on opening the smaller school, that makes you look even worse, Umar. And here's why. Because the smaller building may not have cost $2 or $3 million to renovate and get up and running. But the fact that you raised money over $2 million and you still couldn't even open the smaller school speaks volumes. And you get mad when someone calls you a con artist? Not one general ledger, not one expense report or contract or anything. So with the money he's raised, he should have been able to open the smaller school, because one would think if it's less work that needs to be done, then you don't have to spend as much money. Wouldn't that be the logic? So now you're saying that $2 million could have been concentrated to one building. But yet you didn't tell people that when you were asking for donations and gifts and money and hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. You're not telling them this is only for the smaller school building people. It's not for both buildings. So now you really need to answer some questions to the IRS as to why you could not even indicate that on your tax returns, on those tax documents, that you're receiving contributions, but it's only for one school and not two. So why go through all this stuff with the permits and all this other stuff when it comes down to the parcel ID numbers? You've had a writ of monitions issued against you, a judgment to pay water bill, to pay court costs and fees for two buildings when you only intended on opening one building. Why go through all of that? Who's calling Redmond? Because that's the power of attorney. Because I have a whole lot of questions. Hey, now that I'm hearing this, I have a whole lot of questions. How do you justify spending over $2 million when you only intended on opening one school at a time?
Soaked us out, brother. I'm like, yo, you had this room. The whole hallway.
Wasn't even nothing wrong with that room.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
Complaining about them because they saved.
They saved the whole building.
Yeah, they saved the day. So, but yeah, we got to get all that water pumped out and
you can't make
the
this
fire
up.
damage out. So yes, it is going to hurt us a little bit because they're already too tight. Now, folks have been asking me, what is it going to cost to get the Garvey building done? I can't answer that until I get the estimates from the new contractors. Now, I do have the estimates from independent folks who have come out to give me their quotes for how much they think things will cost, and it looks like we're going to be somewhere around 400,000, give or take a couple of 10,000. So we could be instead of 400,000, we could be at 380, 375, or we could be the other way, 440, 460, closer to 5. It will be less than 5. It will be more than 2. I'm hoping it doesn't go much more beyond that 3 to 4 range.
Yes.
But even with that, we don't have enough money to cover it. And that's why we're asking people to still continue to donate. We have about half of the 4. We don't have the whole 4.
So now where can people donate?
They can donate on the Cash App at $FDMG School. Again, on the Cash App, $FDMG School. They can also mail in the donation to FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. I repeat, 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809, and it is tax deductible. We did get our tax exempt status from the government, so you can write off your donations. I'm really hoping we get some black businesses to step up. I haven't had any black businesses step up.
You can't make this up.
You know, we only do about $200,000 in business a year, but we can write about $20,000 worth of taxes off, so we're going to give you that $20,000. I haven't had a single black business or celebrity step up with any respectable donation, but I am happy to report that the largest single donation I got, I believe it's the largest single donation I got. I hope I'm not missing any donations I may have gotten over these 6 years.
I'm sorry. So Marianne Lorian's donations meant nothing. Even what's the one that keeps slobbing on his sack? What's his name? Mark Lamont. Has Charlemagne even donated? What about Jamar, who has donated, offering other resources? Or let's not forget about the vendors and contractors that reached out to Umar via email that had sent proof and evidence to Brother Malik, to Information Man Show, to Lynn and Honor, saying, we literally reached out to Umar and we offered our labor as long as he had a permit to do various services in these buildings. And he said no. When he was on Jamar's podcast, he turned down any assistance Jamar was trying to offer him. And Jamar's like, listen, I got a relative that has a school. So You're not the only one that knows how to open up a school, Umar. You're just the dumbest by far. If this is not the epitome of stupidity on steroids, I don't know what it is. He is literally he's like laughing in people's faces at this point. That's all this is. What a mockery. You just said no one is giving you anything, but you don't want rich donors to sponsor you because you know they're going to hold your ass accountable. Has anyone received a tax statement letter as well? Umar, I've sent out the complaint from the IRS tax form 13909 so that people can file a complaint against you with the IRS and you can kiss my ass.
You know, we only do about $200,000 in business a year, but we can write about $20,000
You can't make
worth
this
of taxes
up.
off. So we're going to give you that $20,000. I haven't had a single black business or celebrity step up with any respectable donation, but I am happy to report that the largest single donation I got, I believe it's the largest single donation I got. I hope I'm not missing any donations I may have gotten over these 6 years because we have gotten a lot of them, but I got a $5,000 donation from an elder last week, Queen Mother Tamara from Brooklyn. And I just want to give Queen Mother Tamara from Brooklyn a shout out for that $5,000 check. We need more of those coming in. We appreciate the 20s and the 50s and the 100s. Do not stop. We need them.
Yeah, he needs more $5,000 checks where he still cannot present an RFP with any invoice, any charges, a PO, or nothing. And I say PO meaning purchase order. No contract, no proposal at all with quotes, nothing. But he wants $5,000 checks because the $20 is just not good enough. And he cannot show how much it's going to cost. But yet, don't question him when it comes to sending the damn money, though, right? And this Father Moses, you know, is just sitting here letting all of this happen. They sound like, you know, two kids in the locker room just having dumb conversations about, you know, beating up somebody after school like two bullies. Like it's the responses to this from this Father Baba Yaga is unbelievable. He's too old to be this foolish.
Walk to school with them, but although it took us 5 years to get to school, I don't want it to take us 5 years to get to school up and running. We got to move quicker than that.
Maybe you can find some. Maybe you can find some businesses that may want to buy a room. This is the so and so room. This is the so and so room.
Yeah. Once we, I'm hoping to hold that off until.
Wait, why would you hold that off? He doesn't even listen to you, Father Baba Yaga. Father Moses, I hope you understand. He literally just dismissed your whole suggestion. That would make sense to the average person. This would be a reasonable suggestion, right? You get someone to take on the task of sponsoring a room or a classroom or part of the cafeteria. Maybe break it down into 4 parts. No, he just literally said, yeah. I'm hoping to hold that off until what? This is all I have to see right here. You all see the words on the screen. This is how he just dismissed a reasonable suggestion. If he truly cared about getting it open. 6.5 years, we're in the year of our Lord 2025. Father Baba Yaga Moses, it's still not open. The smaller building is not open. The bigger building is not open. Neither of the buildings are open. And yet he's sitting here crying like a big ass baby about people going to the school to film.
Yeah. Once we, I'm hoping to hold that off until we're up and running. Only because once we got the certificate of occupancy, people are going to.
Let me go back a little bit more.
Report that the largest single donation I got, I believe it's the largest single donation I got. I hope I'm not missing any donations I may have gotten over these 6 years because we have gotten a lot of them. But I got a $5,000 donation from an elder last week, Queen Mother Tamara from Brooklyn. And I just want to give Queen Mother Tamara from Brooklyn a shout out for that $5,000 check. We need more of those coming in. We appreciate the 20s and the 50s and the 100s. Do not stop. We need them.
Oh my God.
We walk to school with them. But although it took us 5 years to get to school, I don't want it to take us 5 years to get the school up and running. We got to move quicker than that.
Maybe you can find some. Maybe you can find some business.
Yeah, no, he didn't want 5 years. He wanted 6.5, going on 7. You can't make this up.
This is that they want to buy a room. This is the so-and-so room. This is the
Look at
so-and-so room.
Yeah. Once we, I'm hoping to hold that off until we're up and running. Only because once we got the certificate of occupancy, people.
You wait. Why wait till you're up and running? What would be the point of people donating to get the school up and running once it's up and running? Do you think that people are going to keep donating like this to you once the schools are up and running? Once they're up and running, Umar, you idiot, then it would be on you to generate revenue to pay the teachers and the staff salaries, benefits, get insurance, buy real buses to house the bus the kids back and forth, buy a desk. I haven't seen any furniture and I don't think I've seen any desk or any furniture inside of any of the buildings that would indicate he's anywhere near opening the schools. Where are all the desks at? He refuses to go in a classroom with a camera. And for the rooms he's gone in, aside from the bathrooms and the gym, the rooms were empty. Unless you saw, contract supplies like buckets of paints and stuff like that. That should not be in that building. But you don't see anything to indicate he's close to opening a school anytime soon. And you're not going to pass inspection, Umar, because, that thing called black mold that's going outside that building. Yeah, you're going to ask people to help donate to get that treated because you can't paint over it. But yet no one knows how to open up a school according to Dum Dum number 1, Umar, and Dum Dum number 2, the Dancer Project that failed to follow up with these, stupid ass responses. He's still saying to this very day, no challenge to this at all.
People are going to love to give money to decorate. They're going to love to put their name on the back of a chair on under the desk. That's the easy part, the decorations. But when it comes to funding the actual hard labor and the the electric and the HVAC, those are not as excited about that
Shout
part.
out to y'all.
But they're going to be very excited when it comes time to decorate. So I don't think we're going to have any issues furnishing the school. I think we're going to be excellent with the furnishing. The issue, though, is getting the school up to code so we can start furnishing it. So we need brothers and sisters to donate, and please don't donate once. I get a lot of folks who say something like, I donated before. Excuse me? You gave me $20 back in 2015?
Yeah.
Yes, because you don't deserve more, you clown, when you can't give anybody a tax document. Has anyone who has donated, put a 1 in the chat if you have donated to FDMG and you received a tax statement to file with your taxes as a part of contribution. Put a 1 in the chat if you have donated and you actually received a tax statement from Umar for that non-profit contribution, charitable contribution. I don't care if it was $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, $1,000. I don't care the amount. Just put a 1 in the chat if you donated any amount of money to Umar and you actually received a tax statement to file with your taxes. Put a 2 in the chat if you're saying, Lady Luck Club, why the hell are you asking us that stupid ass question?
That's last forever. Right?
And what bothers me, Baba David, is look at what we give to Nike and Ed Jordan. Look at what we give to Louis and Gucci and the Korean hair kit, the weave and perm and timber.
Because they deliver a product. You're buying it. You're getting something in exchange for the money. You don't go online and order. I love Coach, loafers, right? Like it's my go-to when it comes to me, buying, shoes to wear to work. Casual, but yet stylish, and it's still simple to me. Coach. So they have handbags and belts and shoes and boots, wallets. When I go and purchase some Coach loafers, I get a product in exchange for my money. People donating to you is expecting to get a product or service in exchange for giving you that contribution. The product would be the school. The service would be the education. You're not delivering either of those things. And you want people to make an investment. And you all know I've been on his website to show you all the pyramid scheme regarding those contribution packages. They're like tiered packages where you go from whatever level, from bronze to like diamond. And the contribution amount, of course, goes higher, the higher up that pyramid you go. So bronze might be like 25, and he wants you to pay this every month. And then the diamond level goes up to like $1,000. He's expecting that type of money every month for people to still not get a return on their investment. No ROI in sight. No return on their investment whatsoever. And he's trying to compare that to someone buying an actual product. Stupidity on steroids.
Because I'm like, y'all, you are literally putting other people's children through college. Literally. But you ain't committed enough to put your own kids through a grade school. And that's what bothers me. Our priorities are so jacked up. You know, you'll get people say, why don't he hurry up and open that school? What do you mean, why don't he? I thought it was,
why don't we? Yeah.
Can I just say to this, the devil is a liar. Umar for president. Why? For him to actually still tax dollars on a bigger scale. Y'all, this idiot will become president and still say, hey, y'all make sure y'all donate to FDMG. We're still trying to open that school up. Because, I mean, really, that's the biggest grift of all. That and his dumb doctorate degree from PCOM. And you have the audacity to sit here and say, no one else knows how business works, Umar. No one knows how to open a school. He says build a school. He hasn't built anything. He purchased 2 bandos, trap houses, and still has done nothing with the little or the bigger one. And he's here talking about Umar for president.
And that's why, going back to what the other brother said about leadership, although I understand people cast me in that light, I don't go around calling myself a leader. I never do. I say organizer. You know why? Because 2 things black people love to do is scapegoat their whole problem onto one person and take no responsibility.
Yeah, it's not like Umar.
They love to say he's the leader and he didn't fix it while they do nothing about it at all. And the other reason why I don't like to use the word leader is because we have been conditioned and trained by white folk to destroy anyone we put up in front of us as the leader. The first thing black people do when they find out you're the leader of anything, economics, education, military, schools, they look to destroy you. They must find something wrong with you. Very few people have enough self-love where they don't have to try to find things wrong with the person who's doing the leading. We are the only race who needs our leaders to be perfect. Jews don't need their leaders to be perfect.
First of all, no one asks you to be perfect because no one expects you to be educated. Secondly, you want people to let you do what you want to do. And that's not how the hell responsibility and accountability works. I don't care what race or what gender you are. I will report on information and present facts to the public. When you're sitting here talking about raising money and expecting this to be a monthly fee, as if people owe you their hard-earned dollars, when Umar has not put 1 penny towards his own schools that he wants to open. He has not contributed 1 dime of his own money towards this endeavor at all. Doesn't matter which building. So I'm going to say that as a matter of a fact until Umar proves me wrong with documentation. I could care less what he says. It's about what he does. Umar's like a cult leader. He literally acts as if everyone is brainwashed and should just follow along what he says without thinking, without challenging him. It's accountability.
Chinese don't need their leaders to be perfect. Latinos don't need their leaders to be perfect. Black people need their leaders to be perfect, and that's why we end up not having real ones.
I know the leader of the United States certainly is not perfect.
Exactly. Look at Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, but Umar is not the leader of the United States either. And once again, no one is expecting a mere mortal to be perfect. I certainly don't. As a Christian, I don't expect any mere mortal to be perfect. But what you're doing, Umar, is criminal at best. At worst, you're raking over the coals of Black communities that don't even have this type of wealth and revenue. People who are wealthy would not give you a lot of money because they want to be able to claim that on their taxes. And they can't because you don't give out tax statements. They would expect you to be accountable with that and to send them something to show proof that they gave to a charitable organization. You can't deliver that. You damn sure can't deliver a school when you can't deliver a tax statement. I'm sorry, who are the teachers and staff again that are going to be working at these schools, and how exactly are you going to pay them, Umar? How are you going to pay them again? But yet he can pay out a settlement to which I personally feel like Marianne Lorient deserves more than that. She deserved well more than $68,600. But that money had to come from donations because he doesn't have a job.
You know, the father of American pedophilia. But you don't see white folks throwing him under no bus. So, you know, we want people to be perfect. And that's why a lot of our greatest minds, I'm talking true grassroots leaders. I'm not talking the Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson type, but I mean the Malcolm X, Garvey type. You know, a lot of them don't want to step up because they like, the people are going to be too busy looking for faults that they won't be following. They got to find everything wrong with you first. And I think a lot of that, Brother David, grows out of our desire to not be held accountable for our behavior. So one of the best things we can do to avoid accountability is destroy the person trying to hold us accountable. So then
that's what you do, Umar. You destroy anyone that tries to hold you accountable. You know how you do it? By committing cyber crimes. You're going to cyber harass and bully, send your dumbass ops out to break the law, dox people, put people's lives and livelihoods in danger, threaten people's lives like you did with Marianne Lorient. That's how you respond to people trying to hold you accountable. You commit cyber crimes. You moronic goon. Then he has the audacity to talk about his spirit somehow being an Oguni goon. You know, from the planet of moron. All this, you know, Umar Tardian speak that he's giving our way here. All the while, you know, narcissists don't care about the concept or definition of hypocrisy. They're hypocrites until the day they drop. But they don't care about being hypocritical. The only thing he cares about is keeping that influence and that brainwash over his cult members and hoping that this would be enough for them to keep, you know, giving me money. Let me just scrub some toilets out with my own shit that I left in there for 6 months. You know it had to stink in those bathrooms if it were poop in those toilets. That's raw sewage. It would be unbearable to go in those bathrooms if you've got shit in the toilets that's been there for over 6 months and leave it up to him because self-snitching. He said in the video that we have watched at least twice that no one has been in that school for the last 1.5 to 2 years. So if you're saying a contractor left shit in the toilet along with some purple paint, that means that shit would have been sitting there for 1.5 to 2 years. That is raw sewage. Don't you think it would be stinking to high heaven? That's not a smell you can forget and overlook either. It would be permeated throughout the whole building. If you got toilets filled with shit sitting there for 1.5 to 2 years. Umar, you're an idiot.
People will say, well, what about the church? They don't destroy the pastors because the pastors are not holding them accountable. You don't have to do anything except come, pray, and give some money. You're not held accountable for your behavior. Nobody's making you give money to an independent school. Nobody's making you build a bank. Nobody's making you use money to build a hospital. The church doesn't hold black people accountable, and that's why they accept those kinds of leaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really special episode of the Danger.
Y'all, that was the end of that video. Look how I just cut off. This was so crazy. Yo, this was absolutely bonkers. We already got, you know, some high-level contradiction in this. Umar stated the idea was to open the smaller school, show people what he can do, and then open the bigger school. This is what he said in that damn interview. And how long ago was this video? Let me look at how old that is. I'm gonna go back. I gotta see how old this video is because this is absolutely insane. Insane. If this is how he felt, let's see how old when this video was made. 5 years ago. Y'all see this? 5 years ago. When this was done. 5 years ago. If this is what he said 5 years ago about only working on one building at a time, how many times after that have you heard him repeat this? Because this is my first time hearing this. And I've seen a few videos, not all of them. I'm still researching and reporting, but I've seen a few videos. And this is my first time hearing him say that the goal was to open one school at a time and not both. But yet he's raising money for both. 5 years ago, he said that. So between 2020 and 2025. How many times has he said, I only want to open one school, people? So don't donate to both schools. Just donate, or understand if you're donating, you're only donating for the purposes of opening the smaller school, and we're going to focus on that, and then we're going to go to the bigger school building. How many times has he said that since then? You can't make this up. James Miller, if you're going to come up in here, you better email me some documentation. Otherwise, I ain't study you. He right, black folks always knocking blacks down like crabs in the basket. Oh, my God. It's crabs in a crate, James Miller. I really deep down feel that James Miller is actually Umar Johnson. If you're going to come in my chat, you got to do a spell check, because otherwise I'm going to just start clowning you on the grammar. You got to make sense. And I don't care. We're still going to report his ass to the IRS. There's nothing you can do about that, James Miller. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing Umar can do about it. I posted a video earlier about, information sent to me through some sources about his mom, and his family wanted to see his mom. Do you really think I care about what Umar thinks or what he wants, or him feeling any type of way about anything because people want him to be held accountable? Do you really think I give two shits that he had to clean out of a toilet? Yeah, I tried to get through that with a straight face. Do you think I give two shits that he is clean from a toilet with his bare hands about how he feels? Facts don't care about your feelings. The law doesn't either. And you have people out here donating and can't even get a tax statement letter. James Miller, did you get a tax statement from Umar? You done came up in here tonight. I'm on one tonight. James Miller, have you ever received a tax statement for all the money you're proud to give Umar Johnson, of all of the mere mortals and the ape shits roaming the earth? You would rather give your money to Umar Johnson. Has he ever given you a tax statement? And I want a yes or a no. Otherwise, hit my cash app. I don't care how you feel about it. He started out not wearing gloves. Exactly. James Miller, come for me. Uh-oh. Sweet DJ is wanting that smoke with you, James Miller. He said, come for me. None of his are weak. Try to us, boo-boo. Duke your fingers. Oh, Anita has a question. Is that you, WOM? Y'all know he did videos on me. I still have yet to see them. I just find it comical that he would go for someone with, and I bless God for this, 28,000 supporters. He did a whole video on me saying I'm dumb AF while he can't spell or read. Bless his heart. Y'all keep him in your prayers. James Miller, did you get a tax statement? Email me that tax statement. You know I'm going to hold you to it. Otherwise, as you had to admit already, I will call you a liar. And I will do it every single time you show up in my chat. Don't block him. I want James Miller to be shown. Do not block James Miller. I want a copy of that tax statement emailed to me. Can somebody drop my email in the chat? LadyLuckClubLLC at yahoo.com. James Miller, email me a copy of that tax statement you received for all the donations you've given to Umar Johnson, the Oompa Loompa. Come on. I'm still waiting on the so-called vendor information. You said you've worked alongside vendors. James Miller might be Father Moses. Who knows? You going out here and trying to lead the Israelites out of captivity, and you can't even present a shred of evidence or documentation to show how money is being spent, or a tax statement, or prove that Umar has bought buses. I already told you, James Miller, until I see documentation to show otherwise, that short, gray-looking, rusted-up bus is the bus for FDMG. There are no tax statements that have been generated or sent out to anyone. And until I see evidence to show otherwise, I'm just going to keep calling it out. Oh, Sweet DJ wants to smoke. Report to the FBI's IC3 as well. Absolutely, Sean Prey. I hope I'm saying your name right. Forgive me if I'm not. But yes, especially when it comes to the cyber crimes. If you out here cyber harassing, which would include the bullying, the doxing, creating fake profiles to troll people for no damn reason other than to give them a headache. Hint, hint, James Miller. If you're out here doing all these things, now I want you to keep posting up in my chat, James Miller. But if it's to the point where you're talking about cyber harassment, yes, that will fall under the purview of the FBI. You know how I know that, James Miller? Because it's called reading. It's fundamental. You can't make this up. I want a copy of that tax statement. We're still waiting on the vendor information, James. Email it. You know what, James Miller? I'm going to do what the crowd is wanting. I'm going to get the people what they want. I'm going to drop this link. I'm dropping the link, James Miller. I want you to bring your behind up here on, and you got to show your camera in the background. You don't have to keep it on, but you got to show your camera in the background. Click the link, James Miller. Click the link. You got some documentation to show me, because what I don't do, what a lady will not do, is go back and forth with what's perceived to be a man just based on your actual profile name. I've dropped the link. Bring your ass up here. Come on, James. You know, yes, let's welcome everybody. Tag in everybody. Y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. James, click the link. Come on up. Come on, James. No one's blocking you. No one's stopping you from commenting. Bring your behind on. I'm on one tonight. I just want some documentation. We're not clowning you. I'm gonna laugh at the fact you're giving some money, to someone that can't give you a tax statement. But if you claim you have one, email it to me. Come on up, James. Well, I give you a couple minutes to come on up. I ain't finna wait all night because I gotta work in the morning. Something that Umar Johnson does not do. Umar don't have a job. James, come on, man. Why are you quiet, boo? I'll tell you right now, James, if you come up, I've got Manny and sweet DJ. I've got Brother Malik. They'll be happy to come on up and help you understand. Either you're going to give me some documentation and evidence, or, you can call me whatever you want. Come on, James. Click the link. You don't even have to stay on camera. I have to see you in backstage, but I will not bring you on stage until I at least see you. And then you can cut your camera off just to make sure you're a real person. You can cut your camera off and you can just talk. That way you don't even have to worry about having your face shown. I have to see your face, though. And my godmother's a federal judge. I will not do anything illegal. If you don't want your face shown, I will not show your face. But I have to see it backstage. Click the link. James, come on. It's your time to shine. One thing you can't do is out-debate me. I don't go on theories and conspiracies and assumptions. I have no reason to trust anything Umar has said. None. No reason to trust anything that comes out of his nasty ass mouth that he refuses to brush. But if you've got documentation and evidence, post it up. Email it to me and I'll pull it up right now. I'll pull it up right now and I will share the screen and show that damn tax statement you received for your contributions, but no one else on earth. No one else received the tax statement. Put a 1 in the chat if you've received the tax statement, like James Miller. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not, if you donated. And I need to see the chat flooded. I want 166 responses. 165, because James Miller already said yes. Put a 1 in the chat if you've received a tax statement like James Miller. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not and you donated money. I'm not shaming anybody. You've given money. I don't even shame James Miller for doing it. I told him you can give all your money if you want. Put a 1 in the chat if you've donated and you have a tax statement. Put a 2 in the chat if you've donated and you did not receive one. So that we can show James Miller how everyone else on earth that is donated never received a tax statement. Somehow he's the only one. Come on, James. I'll give you 1 more minute, and that's 60 seconds. Count down from now. And I got a timer on my thing, so I'm looking at it. Come on, James. At the 2 hour, 15 minute mark and 44 seconds, that will be your minute. I'll let you know when it's up. I'm giving you a whole minute to come on up. James, you know, supporters in here saying you full of shit, bro. Not one red penny. We're about a 3 in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat if you're saying, Lady Luck Club, why are you asking us that dumbass question? You know Umar has not sent out a tax statement. Come on with it. I want everybody get into this chat. James Miller, I want you to see how people have donated. And not only have they not received a tax statement, they're sitting here talking about Lady Luck Club. Why are you asking that stupid ass question? James, don't be scared. I'm no one to be scared of. I won't bite. I just want the evidence. I want the document. I want the vendor information. You said you would email me. I want it. Do you understand? James, you've seen my video, the one I posted early, hoping to advocate for Umar to release his mother and let the other family members see her. And I was not scared to do it. Come on. Understand, you're not the only person that said the stuff you're saying. You've got whole content creators making videos about me. I am the queen of this. Come on, James. Oh, it's 2 hours, 16 minutes. I even gave you extra time because I was wearing my mouth. James, you gone? Yeah, he must be gone. Yeah, this is something else. 168 people watching. Y'all hit that like button. Hit the Cash App. Let's go over some supers. Because, James sitting here talking about he got a tax statement. Y'all know we're trying to get a couple likes. Shout out to Brother Malik. I sent you an email, Malik, if you're still tuning in, of the light. He said he would purchase one of the lights for us here in the Lady Luck Club. You guys don't have to give me a super or even a Cash App. If you would like to donate to some of the equipment in the Lady Luck Club, you can always do an Amazon gift card, or I will post the wish list, the Amazon wish list, and you can do it yourself. Because here in the LLC, we have integrity, James Miller. If I say that I need, help with purchasing equipment for the channel, not only will I show you what I'm trying to obtain, I'm also going to show the receipt. I'm not even asking for the money directly. If people want to give Amazon gift cards, they've done it before. People have even purchased the items flat out. The goal is to get the items. As opposed to Umar saying, no, I don't want free vendor services. I just need the money. He don't see anything wrong with that, though. James Miller, you're a clown. And I'm telling you that right now. And that's said with love. I dropped the link for James Miller to come up. Looks like he ran, man. Come on, Cletus. Bougie Barbie, shout out to you. What's going on? Come on, Cletus. Cletus, come on, Cletus. Come on. No, come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Cletus, come to the front of the church. Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. I'm removing my headscarf, taking out my earrings. Come on, Cletus. Come on up. We don't have to argue. We don't have to do any back and forth. I'm not even going to let people bash you. We're just going to sit back and let you show us evidence that Umar sent you a tax statement. Come on, Cletus. Y'all know. You can't make this shit up. This is fun for me, Cletus. I just want you to know that, James Miller, a.k.a. Cletus. This is fun for me. I have no quarrels with doing this. Because one thing I am going to do, even in real time, did I not show that I'm also human and can sometimes miss the mark? I literally had to research and Google state laws on a mandate for insurance on property, commercial properties. I had to look it up. There was no shame in that. I'm not in real estate. I'm not in insurance. I looked it up. And I had no problem dropping the link and everything else and showing everybody else. Yeah, it's something that I still new to me. I thought that was a requirement. I mean, it does make sense to get it, but it's not a legal mandate. So shout out to Make a Change. I had no problem researching the information. James Miller, you come in here saying you got a tax statement, but no one else got one? Come on, you now you're trying to play in our face. I dropped the link. Y'all, he ran away. Cletus ran away. Cletus, Lord. Y'all, let's get to some supers. Wolves of Black Wall Street, thank you for the $2 super. We have a $25 goal. This is definitely going towards that goal. Like I said, I need some equipment here. I definitely need 2 lights. That's going to be the first and foremost thing. And then the next thing is a bigger desk. Preferably one that is like a mobile desk unit. You know, I need a bigger desk. But yeah. Yep. That, I mean, I can say what the money is going to go towards and post up the information. I did a post on it. I have an Amazon wish list. I did a post on it. Complete transparency. Matter of fact, I think I got the link. Hold on a second. I could post a link to the actual light. So I just sent it to Brother Malik via email. I sure did. I mean, we tried to give you a chance. James. You don't want to come up? Speak your piece. Show your evidence. I'm not catering to the BS. I just want documentation. Sorry, I'm late. Had to watch the Dodger game. I feel you, Wolves of Black Wall Street. Shout out to you. Sweet DJ 199 Super. Umar lies like he eats sloppy. Exactly. Shout out to Wolves of Black Wall Street again with the $3 super. I've got to see these brand new floors, y'all. We all waiting. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting for the permit to be filed for any vendor that is going to go in and do those floors, but yet no vendor is seemingly being hired to handle the black mold. But yet again, if Umar's only wanting to open one school over the other, then whichever building does not have the black mold is probably the one he's going to want to open first. Even though he's only said this, once, 5 years ago? If I'm wrong, send me the video and the timestamp of where he said that recently. He's only opening one of the 2 school buildings. Just correct me if I'm wrong here. I welcome that. I don't want any of the clubbers or lucksters. We're going to figure out where we're going to be. But I don't want anybody to think that I just know it all. I'm still researching information on Umar. There's a whole lot to cover. But for what I've presented so far, I've presented documentation. I dropped links and other resources so people can read and research for themselves. There's no reason to lie about things people can look up and research and Google. None. James Miller, you being a clown right now. You're acting like a punk. You can come on up. I won't even call you a name. That's why I'm getting it out now. User 225, thank you for the 199 super. So we all agree that was all Umar's Doodle Tuesday. Because Dookie Gate and all. Shout out to Lennon on it. It's Shay for the $5 super. Thank you so much. Did we meet the goal? I think we may have met the. Hold on. 3 and 2 and 5 and another 5. It's 10, 2, 3, 15. We're almost there. $25 goal. I would love to meet that goal. Y'all, it's gonna go to the light. But Umar's raising millions of dollars only for him to open one school building. So why buy 2 buildings? See, what people have to understand when you have a con artist like Umar, and this is going to be, my final point and thoughts on this. When you have a con artist like Umar, his idea, the goal is to raise as much money as possible. But because he leaves so many people in the dark and so much left to assumption and to basically, if I come across documentation to support the concept that Umar didn't buy shit, and he certainly didn't pay off the water bill. He has not paid towards any judgment from the writ for those properties where he owed all those fees and court costs and the water bill. He hasn't paid towards that himself because he has not shown any documentation for it. But his whole goal is, let me tell people all these expenses that we have based on all the stuff that needs to be done so that it will generate more money. While he doesn't tell the public, he's only trying to open one of the 2 schools. But yet he claims that he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on both of the buildings. Why buy 2 buildings if one of them is just going to sit, and now you have to pay vacant registration property fees? You have to pay the fees on a vacant building sitting there being utterly useless. This is why I keep saying Umar's self-snitching here. And he's so stupid, he refuses to stop. So the idea is, let me tell everybody, especially the coat that is sitting here and still kiss his ass. Let me tell my coat people, yeah, I got all these things that need to be done. We got to raise X amount of dollars because we got to do X, Y, Z. Meanwhile, he's deep down not going to open the school, but at the very least saying he's only going to do 1. But see, he doesn't repeat that because he knows people are going to ask, why are you asking us to give you money for 2 buildings? Why did you even purchase the second building? If you knew you weren't ready to renovate and open the building, then why buy the damn building? Because now you have to pay vacant registration property fees and you want the coat to pay for it. None of this is coming out of his pocket. His ass is not employed anywhere. But he wants everybody else to finance that. He's not opening a school. Not at all. So that's my final thoughts on this, you all. Umar's still a clown. And tomorrow we're going to go live. And I'm going to do a reaction on Jamar's interview he did with Umar. Because I want to react to it. Plain and simple. So y'all hit that like button on the way out. Thank you all so much for tuning in. 2 hours, 26 minutes, y'all. We sent the link for James Miller to come on up while he running his mouth. And he didn't. He got quiet and he ran off. I don't know what happened. But, you know, all the Umartardians, if you want to prove me wrong with documentation and evidence, go ahead. Otherwise, stop sitting here acting like you know, big and bad and bold, cyber harassing and cyber bullying people because they're telling the truth. But your coward asses won't come on up and actually show any information or documentation. Don't come for the queen. So, all right, y'all. We will be back on tomorrow, and we will be reacting and checking out the interview with Jamar. And I want to thank all of you who donated, all the new members. Welcome to the LLC, either Lucksters or Clubbers. I'll do a post. You guys vote. Let me know which one you like best. And we'll have that stream set up tomorrow for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much. And on the way out, hit that like button. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.